Oh yeah, sorry. Court, I'm going to get Court to just record this. Thanks. All right, so welcome again. My name is Jen. We are so happy that you guys are here. We're going to hope to keep this call to about 30 minutes to be mindful of your time because we know that you are all busy, but we also know that you want to get an idea about what this is about that we're doing. So what is coaching? Coaching, it's funny. It's a funny phrase because a lot of people will hear it and they're like, whoa, I'm not a coach. Like I can't do this. I'm not qualified to do this. Um, but really, we are just women who are on a journey. We are taking care of ourselves. We are, doing these amazing programs. We are like taking these products. We feel fantastic. And we basically just want to help others do the same. We are a mentor to other women who want to feel better about themselves. But the greatest part about this, and what some of the coaches tonight are going to share with you, is how we are on the journey right alongside you. We are linking arms with you. We are in the trenches with you. And we're making it happen together, and being able to inspire other women along the way while also holding ourselves accountable is by far one of the greatest blessings any of us have been granted with. You also have an incredible opportunity here as a coach to be a mentor and actually build a business and help other women build businesses. The Sisterhood's only been around like maybe 3 years, and already we're seeing massive growth on our team, where coaches are leading coaches to massive success and real legit businesses here. So it's not something to be taken lightly, but at the same time, we have space for everyone. So regardless of what your goals are, regardless of what you see this opportunity as maybe being able to offer you, especially during these times right now, when times are so unsure, a lot of us are thinking like, this is just a really freaking bright light. This is just a really positive space for people to be right now, and something positive to focus on. So I hope that I just gave myself goosebumps saying that. I hope that you can get that feeling. And I hope that you are able to hear our coaches tonight, hear the experiences that they've walked through, and ask yourself if any of it resonates with you and if you think any of it might be able to serve you during this time. So we are going to kick it off. We've got a few of our coaches who are going to share their stories. They're going to share some of the things that they've been through on their coaching journey. And as we go through, if you have any questions at all, please don't hesitate at all to drop them in the chat, and we will answer your questions as we go. So I'm going to toss it off to Erin to start us off.
Exciting. I am super pumped to be here tonight. So welcome to all of you. My kids are both on the internet right now, and I keep getting like your internet is unstable. So if at any point I get all weird, like, my big apologies. I'm honored to have your time tonight, and thank you for joining us. My name is Erin. My sister Courtney and I created the Sisterhood like 2.5, 3 years ago now, and it's been the greatest joy and blessing for us. But life wasn't always as it is now. Before Beachbody, before I did this, I was a very busy working mom. I was that like drowning in mom life person where I would work all day with the kids all night, and I literally felt like I would go, and then crash. I didn't really have any hobbies. I didn't really have any passions. I didn't really have anything that like I was into. I literally just poured into my work. I poured into my kids, my family, and that was it. So when my sisters wanted to do this workout program, I was like, sure, I guess I'll do that with you. I really just didn't want to be left out. So I joined in with them. Soon, Courtney was considering coaching. And to be honest, I had up until then followed other Beachbody coaches online for quite some time. Like, there was this girl that I'd met down south, and she just had this like joy and this like positivity to her. And I loved watching her. Like, I felt connected to her. I felt totally drawn to her. And I was interested in her life, and I just thought she was amazing. And so when Courtney was like, hey, you heard about this coaching thing? And I was like, yes, like, you should totally do that. I was that person that would rather convince somebody else to do this than admit that I actually wanted to do it myself. So Courtney started coaching, and I sent all of our friends, all of my family, everybody to her. And it took me a long time to ultimately confess and admit that I wanted to do it too. It was something that I really felt above, to be honest. Like I was had a really great career, and I thought that people at work were going to look down upon me. Being out there on social media was not something that I was interested in doing at all. And now, like now, looking back, it seems really funny. But I ultimately decided that I was going to do it. I ultimately decided I was going to do it because I knew that I could help people, and by myself sharing myself on social media, I knew that I could help other people. So I decided to do it, and it's literally changed my life. It's helped me in every aspect. I've become a better leader at work. I've become a more patient mom. I've become a more attentive wife. I've become more financially stable. I literally have joy in my life. I feel like I have this like passion that I didn't have before, in every facet of my life. It's like taking me out of the mom life slump, and giving me this like joy to my life back. So I could literally talk to you about this all night for hours, but I'm going to share the stage. So I am passing it off, I think, to Erin. Yes.
Hey everyone. So I'm Erin. Thank you, Erin. I resonate with so much of what you just said. So I'm just going to share a bit about my journey. I am one of the newer coaches on the Sisterhood. I just got started in July, but I've been doing these programs since April. So this past March, I gave birth to my second baby. And obviously, like along with, the changes that come with being a second time mom or a first time mom, the pandemic hit 4 days later. And so here I was with a newborn and a very displaced toddler and just like unsure of what was happening in my life. And like so many people, I was coping in some incredibly unhealthy ways. I was binge eating, I was drinking all the wine, and I was just miserable. I was scared, I was sad, and I was feeling so low. And I was seeing all these women on my social media feeling so good. And I was watching them, and I'd been watching them for years. And I finally took the plunge and joined them in April. And so it took a few months, but I was noticing results like I'd never seen before in my life. I was feeling like a version of myself that I had not seen since becoming a mom. And I just knew that I really, really, really wanted to inspire my friends and family to do the exact same thing as me and to feel as good as I was feeling. I was pouring myself into the products. I was pouring myself into Portion Fix. I'd lost like 25 pounds before I even decided to become a coach. And it just felt like a really next natural step for me. So I became a coach, and almost immediately everything started changing. We were obviously deep into the pandemic by this point. And to me, I had never felt so surrounded by community, which was incredible considering we were all in isolation, unable to see each other in person. I was creating community. I was welcomed into a community that is the Sisterhood. And most of all, the role of coaching was it made me show up every day as my best self, because that's what I was expecting from the women who were joining me. And so in order to get them to do that, I had to model this behavior. And so I didn't even second guess those dangerous behaviors that I was exhibiting before, like I wasn't sitting there binge eating, I wasn't drinking too much, because I had to show up every day for these women who were relying on me. Coaching has kept me incredibly accountable to my own journey. It's led me to push myself harder and get out of my comfort zone. So an example of that, I have never, ever wanted to be a runner, but one of the first program launches while I was coaching was 30-Day Breakaway. If you've been around for a while, you know that program came out, and it trains you to do a 5K run. And never in my wildest dreams would I have done that. But because I'm coaching, I have to show up. I have to do, I have to model the behavior. And so I learned to run. And not only did I learn, but I learned that I love it. And it's a new hobby of mine. And I do it now all the time. My kids come with me. I get to go out and do it by myself. And this is something that like, I would see these women running down the street, and I'm like, wow, that's like a unicorn woman. Or like, she'd be like pushing her running stroller. And I'm like, there's something unique and different about that mom, that she can get up on a Sunday morning when I'm here feeling like hungover mom. This mom can go and do that. And like, that'll never be me. And then all of a sudden it was me. And I just still to this day can't believe it. I was the ultimate couch potato. And then here I was showing up. It was really, really, really cool. The other thing was that coaching was something, now you're a unicorn, Mom. No, I'm not a unicorn. That's the thing. We can all do this. But it was something that was just mine. And I'm speaking to the moms right now on the call. When you're so thrown into mom life, a lot of the times you don't have something that's just yours. Like your day-to-day revolves around your kids, and this is just mine. And this community that I'm building with my challengers is just mine. And it became so important to me, and I was in charge of my success, and I was waking up feeling excited to go out and inspire and to show up and to be the best version of me. And to help these women. Like that alone is incredible. It didn't revolve around my kids, and it doesn't revolve around my kids, but it does make me a better mom for them. Like Erin said, I'm a more patient mom. I'm more excited. I'm healthier. I can now run with them. I can play with them. I can double piggyback them and go up the stairs. And then the women started sending me their results. And this was something that I never expected, but the feeling of being a part of somebody reaching their goals that they've only ever dreamed of is an unmatched feeling. Every time I get a message from a woman, whether it's, her side-by-side picture, or I have so much more energy, or, my husband made a comment that like he's noticing changes in me. It can be any message, big or small. It makes me feel more fulfilled than I've felt in years. Honestly, it is the best feeling. It's incredible. And then to be really honest with you, it also changed my financial circumstances. COVID hit me hard. I'm self-employed. I own a business outside of coaching, and it completely changed the nature of my programs, and I wasn't able to run them anymore, and so therefore took a very, very big hit financially, and we never once had to make any changes or any cuts because of the income that I've earned through coaching. And in fact, we still bought a house this year. So like all in all, that's a pretty good year, I'd say, considering I had to majorly pivot and change the nature of my business. So I just feel like COVID really tried to set me up for a massive failure this year, and it probably would have succeeded if I didn't have coaching, honestly. So thank you guys for listening. I really appreciate it. I'm turning it over to Courtney.
Yeah, thanks, Erin. Thank you both so much for sharing your story. I think it's so important because before coaching, I had actually never even heard of the coaching opportunity. Like I'd seen a couple friends selling Arbonne on Facebook, but that was pretty much all that I knew about social selling or, starting a business online. And I knew for sure that wasn't something I was going to do. But a couple weeks into doing these programs, Erin says, when I decided to start coaching, and that's absolutely false, she totally planted this seed for me. She was like, why don't you start coaching? And I was like, oh, never considered, like maybe. And I started to think about sort of, I looked at my coach, Kim, and I was looking at like the things in her life and like the ease in which she can do certain things. I live in another country for my family, and having time freedom is so important to me. Like moving to the States and having someone tell me that I can have 2.5 or 3 weeks vacation, I'm just like, that doesn't work for my life. That's not what I envision, So as I started to look at some of the things that coaching can give you, if you were to really make it a full-time gig, I was like, that's all the things I want. And then on the other side was having to share on social media, which was something that I was not doing at the time at all. I had like 100 followers on Instagram, which was a private account, and I would deny anybody pretty much that tried to add me that I wasn't really good friends with. So at that point, I decided to start this like private or this new Instagram for my fitness journey. And I sort of said like, I'm going to continue doing my program and I'll just see how it goes, Well, because I didn't know social media very well, within like 2 hours, people started being suggested to like my account or follow my account. And I literally had a meltdown. I was like, oh my God, like people are seeing this. I was mortified. And looking back now, it was all, such an insecurity of mine to like put yourself out there and be vulnerable for all to see. Like, whoa, no, I would never do that, But in that moment, I really had to make a decision. It was like, okay, I can either delete this account and like go hide under the blanket or pretend I'm owning it and like really go all in. And that is what I decided to do. I did go all in. I started sharing my journey. And honestly, coaching has a way of making amazing humans. There's something about the accountability of saying you're going to do something to the public and then having the choice yourself to follow through or not. For those of you that follow my journey, I'm on like day 9 COVID. And honestly, day 2, when I got the positive result back, I was bawling my face off. I was like, oh my goodness, like, what am I going to do about my business? Like, what if I'm down? What if I'm like, what if this takes over like a month of my life? Like, all the things were spiraling. But I truly believe that like how strong I was physically has helped me, and emotionally and mentally. Like, I started to feel better maybe day 4 or 5. And I'm not saying that's all because of Beachbody, but what I am saying is like, the old me would have taken this excuse, this quarantine, to sit on the couch, to watch Netflix, and to like call it in, phone it in for the next 2 weeks while I quarantined. But instead, I knew that like there are so many women that are watching me on how I handle this. And it's made me like pull my socks up and get back to it. Coaching has really forced me in my life to face so many demons. We're going to talk a little bit about social media in the FAQs, but more than anything, this is about being authentic online, which is scary, but if you're able to do that, you're the one that's going to benefit the most. I've been able to face so many demons because if I was being truthful with myself, smoking, which was a big one of mine, was holding me back in my business. And so I really had to like look at that in the mirror and focus on it. Being consistent and reliable is something that has always been an insecurity of mine. And this is like the anti of that. I had to really look that in the mirror and face that fact. All the things that like I wish I could work on personally in my life, coaching has helped me stay accountable to and work on, and like just for the first time, honestly, set goals and a vision and like make them a reality. This is a really exciting day that we're doing this call today because just been so much celebration on our team. Beachbody is an incredible company that recognizes its partners and its coaches for all sorts of different things. And I do just want to share tonight that like 5 brand new coaches on our team, they started in 2020. They were just announced today that they're in the top 100 of 2020 coaches, and they were gifted a 4-night stay at a hotel in Mexico. Like, it's just so freaking cool that, like I know so many women on this call are like teachers or government workers or professionals in some way, and it's like you don't get that kind of recognition. This just offers something that's sparkly and beautiful and incredible, and we're just sort of obsessed with sharing that and paying it forward. So that's my spiel tonight. I'm going to pass it to Sarah, and then we're going to dive into some frequently asked questions.
Awesome. Hey guys, my name is Sarah. I'm a full-time teacher right now, teaching remote. I also have 2 young kids at home. And I remember when I was first invited to the coaching opportunity, it was about 18 months ago. It was like a laughable moment in my life. I was like, yeah, no, like this would never happen. Like I was almost like mortified that I was even asked. And I had all these reasons as to why this is something I could never do. I didn't want to do it. I shouldn't do it. Like it just wasn't something that was going to fit in my life. But back then I was about 6 weeks into my journey and I wasn't consistent at all. Like I really wasn't consistent. I wasn't following the nutrition plans, but I was doing enough that I was really starting to feel the positive impacts of what these programs and what this community could do. And I wanted it to turn into something long-term. Looking at my track record, I knew that the only way I was going to be able to do that was to get some extra accountability. So just like Courtney, just like Erin, like a big reason why I started coaching, or like my main reason, was for the extra accountability in my own journey. And it was an absolutely terrifying decision for me, but looking back now, easily one of the best decisions I've ever made in my life, not only for me and my journey, but for my family and for our future. At this point, I've lost about 60 pounds, and I know for a fact that the only reason is because I've been coaching. Even today, like still today, I'm still showing up for that accountability factor. And I can't tell you how many times, especially in the beginning of my journey, I peeled my ass out of bed because like I knew people were looking for me. It's like I put myself out there and now I have to show up. So the accountability factor has been the real deal for me the entire time. But what is probably even more important than what I've lost is what I've gained. And through coaching, I've become more confident. I'm a happier person. I'm a better mom. I'm more positive. And then even just like the sense of community, it's something that I never thought I needed or wanted. I have a great group of friends, but the women who have joined our communities and like this coach team especially is like something that I've never known in my life. And 18 months into this, it's like, I will never give up coaching because I'm not willing to give up all of these things that I've gained. So something that was like just supposed to be for weight loss has like evolved into so much more than I could even imagine. And then just to add on what Erin was saying about the impact that it has on other people, like my parents, my sister, my brother-in-law, aunts, uncles. I'm a teacher and like everybody at my school does Beachbody. So many people in my life have started to make their health more of a priority because I was brave enough to share what I was doing and I invited them to join me. And just like Erin said, it is the coolest feeling when you get a message from a client who has joined you or a coach who's on your team and they're thanking you. They're thanking you for giving them that nudge because it has had some kind of positive impact in their life or it's changing their life in one way or another. And in these times now, people need community more than anything. And I truly believe that not only our programs and our products and all of that, but especially the community can be such a light for people in these uncertain times. So another reason, again, and it's something that Erin mentioned, is something that I really never expected out of this, and that's the financial opportunity, like the income potential. I truly thought that people who had success in this business, and I wasn't educated about it at all, I thought people who had success had like some kind of trick up their sleeve. Like I truly did not think I would make anything. I remember saying to my husband, like, if I can make enough money to pay for my products, then this hobby won't cost me anything, and then that's a total win. But a year and a half now, and I'm still so new in my business, it's relieved a lot of financial stress. My 4-year-old, he has a compromised immune system. So back in March when COVID hit, we made a decision for my husband to go off work and to take a leave of absence. And what I've been able to earn through coaching has helped relieve a lot of that stress of what we're missing from his salary. So that has been a huge benefit for our family this year. But again, what's even more important is what it's allowing us to plan for in our future. You know, the type of life that we want to have, the dreams that we're making for our family now. And I know, again, for a fact that there's no way any of these things would be possible if it wasn't for the coaching opportunity, truly. So I want to give you guys permission to take some time tonight to truly reflect on where you are with your journey, whether it's physical, mental, emotional, whatever it is, and ask yourself, like, could I benefit from some extra accountability in my own journey? For whatever it is that your goals are, would it make you happy? Would it make you proud? Would it bring you joy to inspire people in your life to make these changes in their life too? And could your household benefit from some kind of additional income or something that could even grow into something greater than just an additional income? And honestly, if you're saying yes to one of those things, if you're saying yes to all three, like this is what we're all about. Like, welcome to the team. And I'm going to pass it off to you, Jen. I think it's Jen.
Thanks so much. Yeah, so well said, Sarah. I'm also a full-time teacher too, for those of you wondering. And that's kind of the beauty of our team, is that I didn't mention that in the beginning, that we are so full of like just such a wide array of professional women who, you know, are making something of this. So, okay, let's get to some frequently asked questions that we get, because I know you probably just want like the nitty-gritty details. So how much does it cost to be a coach? There is a really small monthly fee that you pay once a month. It's $15 US, $19 Canadian, and that is your coach fee. So it gets you a 25% off discount of all of the products and programs. It also gives you access to our back office, which arranges everything for you. It keeps your business in order for you, and it gives you access to Beachbody's customer service. You guys, we don't take credit cards. We don't process returns. We don't do exchanges or any of that stuff. Beachbody's customer service is incredible, and literally, like, I almost have them on speed dial, where it's just like, oh, just call customer service, they'll take care of you. Like, it's amazing. It's definitely worth the $15 or $19 a month. And then on top of that, you know, a lot of us shared the fact that we are living, and oh yeah, we don't stock inventory in our garage or anything like that. We're proof the product works. And so part of that is purchasing and consuming your own products just for you. So you're not buying products that you have to, you know, sell off to people or anything like that. You're just buying your own products that you're having each month as well. So how do you earn money as a coach? So, it's funny that Sarah mentioned about like how if she could just cover her products, then this hobby wouldn't cost much, right? Or it wouldn't cost anything. And Erin often says it too about how like a hobby costs you money. And so like I said, we've got a wide range of people here on the Sisterhood. There are some hobby coaches, people that want to do this as a hobby, and they don't really want to sign people up, but they do want to get the discount and they do want to hold themselves accountable and stuff. And that's great. You're welcome if that's your space. But if you're here and you want to make some money, there is a massive opportunity here as well for that. Like 7 figures is not a ridiculous reality in this world. And even those of you that just want to make a few $100 a month, like to alleviate some of that pressure and some of that stress, that's something that's possible. So as a coach, you earn a direct 25% commission off what you sell. And then there's also the opportunity as you grow and develop a team to build a team bonus. And there are quarterly bonuses that you earn as well. But there is a residual income that can really happen. And yeah, the opportunity is just massive here. So I'm going to toss it off now to Erin. Oh yeah, and free trips coming up.
Okay, that's fine. I do. Sorry. Okay. Question. Isn't this an MLM? I'm going to say it because that's what a lot of people are wondering, right? Like, am I going to have to like do parties and like sell to my friends and family? Like, that's so icky. And I know at the beginning, that's what I was thinking. And it has like this taboo thing about it that I just want to talk about it. I'll be honest, I've never once felt like this is an MLM. And I'm not doing parties. I'm not selling to my friends and family. I'm not like, I just don't feel that way. It's not like I'm giving away money to the people above me. It's not like they're making money off of me. It's none of those things. It's not like this pyramid where the people at the bottom are giving everything to the people at the top. And what I realized really is that I absolutely know nothing about MLMs. It's something that I was like, no thanks, but I really knew nothing about it. And ultimately, in this, like Jen was talking about, you don't give money to the people above you. Instead, in fact, as a team, collectively, you can all make a lot of money together. It's you in business for yourself, but not by yourself, which is the absolute coolest compensation plan I've ever seen. So instead, I'm building a community of amazing women and some men now too. I'm spreading joy and positivity. I'm helping people get in the best physical and mental shape of their entire lives. And I'm sharing my story to do that. And if that is like taboo, that's okay to me. Next question. I don't sell. This is the thing. By you sharing your story, sharing what works for you, sharing what doesn't work for you, sharing all of that, that's how you help to inspire other people. It's not me going to my friends and saying, hey, come to my party and buy all my things so I can make a commission off of you. It's not that at all. And in fact, in our training, we teach you how to go about this in a way that feels professional and respectful and honorable and amazing. Next question I get a lot is, how much time does this take? Like, I work a full-time job. I also have other commitments. Like, how much time do I actually have to commit to this? And truly, the answer is it depends what you want out of it. Like Jen mentioned, if you want to do this just for fun or really just to keep yourself accountable, you don't really have to spend any time doing this at all. You would just get a great discount on the products and continue on your program. That said, if you want to make 6 or 7 figures doing this business, you absolutely can. So depending on what your goals are will dictate really how much time you put into it. For me, when I first started, I was curious. I certainly didn't think it was going to be what it is today, but I had a full-time job. So at night, once my kids went to bed, I would spend 1 or 2 hours connecting with other women, helping them get results, helping them get set up with our programs, introducing them to our community and cheering them on through their workouts. To be honest, I stopped watching Grey's Anatomy and This Is Us and like slothing on the couch for 2 hours every night and worked this business helping inspire women instead. And I'm not going to lie, instead of at the end of the night being friggin' exhausted and wanting to crash, at the end of the night, I was like full of energy, excited, inspired, and couldn't wait to get to it the next day. So I started with an hour or two a day. If you can see yourself with 1 hour a day doing this business, it's worth it. I'm going to add another thing, because I know at the beginning, if somebody said to me, do you have an extra hour to do this business? I'd been like, I don't have any extra time. But if I was super real with myself, there was a lot of time that I was literally just scrolling my phone or watching TV. And that's the time that I switched out for inspiring other women. I think it's over to you, Court.
Yeah, and we really try to keep these to 30 minutes, so I'm just going to fire through. One of them was social media presence, because it's pretty much everybody's fear and everybody's hold up. And I'm going to skip over this one. We do a lot of training on social media, and we help you really come across or come out as authentic, because I think that that's the most important part, is that you're being authentic to you, to your followers. You know, the goal would be for that someone that knows you really well to think that you're portraying yourself authentically when they watch you on Instagram. And we talk a lot about that, and we offer a lot of feedback on that. And honestly, that follows into sort of like how to get started, because this team is one of the fastest growing teams on Beachbody right now. I am like so proud to say that. It's not a brag, it's just a fact. And who you join in this business matters so much. And one of the things that we really pride ourselves on is giving constructive criticism and feedback to our new coaches to help you come out and be successful at this, because we don't want to see anybody show up half-ass or embarrass themselves or anything like that. So, you know, we offer a training in a group setting where you'll be with a ton of other coaches that are just getting going as well. And we're going to walk you through the social media thing. We're going to walk you through what's next, how to approach, you know, how to, like, your journey is your job, how to dive into this, like all those things. And with the social media thing, it's just kind of like, you got to take a big hard swallow and look in the mirror and ask yourself if that's something that you're willing to let you hold you back from a million other great things. You know, there was a time in my business where I was really like not wanting to be on social, and I was feeling a little bit like over it. And I had to really think about, like, you know, when they say like choose your hard, like, is this the hard? Is this what I'm going to give up? All these incredible things coaching's bringing into my life. Is it that what's going to be like what broke the camel's back, or whatever that saying was? And I just couldn't let that happen. So I know that it's scary, and I know that it's everybody's biggest fear, but honestly, there are so many other women on the other side that are going to be inspired and going to be like, wow, look at her. So I would encourage you to put that aside. If you are interested in getting going with us, our next training starts in February. We do it monthly, but it's always good to give yourself a couple weeks to get enrolled and to just start wrapping your head around what this looks like for you. Our coach team is the most incredible space. If you're in our community now, you ain't seen nothing yet, girl. I really promise you that. So I'm going to pass it over to Jen to just close it up for us.
Yeah, so we are so thankful that you joined us this evening. You know, we really hope that you were able to get some of those questions answered that you have. We really want to encourage you to reach out to the coach who invited you here, because, you know, we always say that our team is so good because good women know good women. And we think that if you're here, it's because the coach who invited you for a reason. So I just want to leave you with one final thought. You know, when we're often approached with something that's so out of the box, you know, none of us thought we would touch coaching with a 10-foot pole. Nada. But I want to challenge you, instead of thinking about all the reasons why this wouldn't serve you or why you couldn't do this, because that's often where we go. I want to challenge you to ask yourself, why could you be good at this? And why could this maybe bring you some light and joy right now in this time? And what the hell could it hurt at this point? So we want to thank you again for joining us, and don't be afraid to reach out to the coach who invited you. We hope you have a wonderful evening. Thank you so much. Take care.